Good morning, everyone. It's Lindsey Huddleston back in the building with another SPS Monday Motivation. Hope everyone is doing well. And it was hot, hot, hot this past weekend. Going to be hot, hot, hot this week. Shout out to everybody in Detroit. I know they're going to be dismissing school early. Yeah, we have some antiquated buildings down there. The HVAC is not popping. So the kids will be getting out early today and tomorrow. So just be on the lookout and support our community. But happy to be here this morning. Yeah, hot indeed, but we still got to put it in. You know, as I tell you guys should know, my Monday motivations come from what? My personal experience or from the headlines. But this week, as the weekend was winding down, I'm like, man, what's my Monday motivation? And I just kept having this phrase come back in my head. It's like all work, all work. Shout out to Currency in this track with Young Dolph, the late Young Dolph, talk about all work. Currency said, I'm hustling like I got quintuplets on the way. So that's letting you know how hard the hustle is. But as we get ready to go back to school, which is the first day of school for many throughout the world, the country that is, also football season. On this Friday at 7 p.m., Michigan State kicks off their season. I'll be in the building against Florida Atlantic. High school football is underway. And we're kind of moving from this idea of summer, despite 90-degree weather, into, hey, it's time to get it in. You know, for many, summer is the idea of rest and relaxation, but now the fall means we got to get back to it. And I just have to remind you that it's all work. So today is going to be a little different. I just went through and I got about a dozen or so quotes from famous people speaking to work. And I just want to go through these quotes and talk about that. And maybe one or two or many of these will strike a chord in you that can help you going forward. Because sometimes one quote can be like the light you need. But actually, I ended up getting this one just a few minutes ago as I tapped in on Instagram. Shout out to Jalen Rose and the Jalen Rose Academy. Enter a learner, exit a leader. Shout out to him. And he was being with his folks this morning. Jalen said, doing the work and not talking about it. How powerful is that? Doing the work and not talking about it. In the age of digital media, social media, and being able to say, hey, what I got going on, where is the work at? I know there was a big weekend in Atlanta. Shout out to Invest Fest. I know my guy Desmond Ferguson and Ron Ferguson representing Moneyball were down there. I'm sure a host of other people I knew were there. All the celebrities, all the major influencers were there. But even still, you can't just show up saying what I want to do. Where's your work? If you get a booth, your booth is where you show your wares or show your product, but you have to put that work in. Speaking of work, say good morning, Michelle Mimi Watkins. How are you? Hey, I love working with you guys, working with the youth. And actually, I just saw a reminder on my social media. SPS is going into its 8th year. It's 8th year now. For so long, I was talking about, yeah, I'm 7 years in, but no, baby, we 8 years in for SPS, meaning you got to keep doing the work. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. If you would have told me, hey, man, you know, maybe in 8 years, 10 years, you'll have this, and that, it would have been hard to believe. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. I was surprised myself, and it makes sense because I guess for a year I have been saying it's been 7 years, but now we're going into the 8th year, and it's been individuals like you who've been so instrumental. I know it may not have been your intent, but in the success of SPS, just staying close, giving me the support, and so appreciative of that. So that's what we are. But the work has to be done. Let's talk about another one, the great, late, great Arthur Ashe. He said, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. You know, Michelle, I know you know so well from being part of the great track program at LSU, kind of watching the SEC in college and seeing all these resources that go into these athletic programs, but also dealing with a bare bones, you know, system that comes our way sometimes with the public schools, and you can't really put a lot of work in saying I need more. You have to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Arthur Ashe won Wimbledon and has been known for being one of the most well-respected individuals based on his character and morals, based on all the awards named after him. But I think we have to realize that too. Sometimes, Michelle, we put so much effort into what we don't have, and so much emotional capacity goes towards what we don't have. But you got to start with what you have. Use what you have. Start where you are, and do what you can, and make the most of it. Michelle says facts, right? That's one thing to keep about. And Arthur Ashe was totally accomplished. And remember, remind you, he won Wimbledon. And we saw a lot of the racial backlash that Serena Williams and Venus Williams received if you ever follow their career and what they experienced and the different places they went to and how they were treated. So imagine Arthur Ashe, who preceded them some many decades before, how he was received as a black man in tennis. But he was able to accomplish the highest goal. And he says, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Now we have a quote from Mr. Walt Disney. Walt's gone, long gone. We sure got some of my money when I took my daughter to Disney. My daughter and wife at the time, we went down to Disney. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. That's it. We put so much effort in what I want to do, what I want to do. And like I said before, we get caught up in this paralysis of analysis. Well, I'm not ready yet. Well, I got to do this. What you got? Give me something. Let's get started. We get so concerned about not being perfect at the start when it's actually, idiotic to think that you're going to be perfect at the start of something. How dare you think you can be perfect at the start when people don't even reach perfection when they're well into the work that they do? You got to just get started. Hey, I got somebody who's awesome. Good morning, Walking Star. That's right. Patricia England Doggy Daycare is taking place while a family member is on a cruise. She's walking. Cute little Yorkie named Star, and they are just running Belle Isle. You probably seen them walking around Belle Isle, so I know you're having a good time. Hey, my mom been out there so much with the dog that she done lost some weight. Got folks checking in. Got Mason saying good morning. Good morning, Mason. How you doing? Thanks for checking in with us. We are out here doing. I know you're representing on YouTube right now, but what did Walt Disney say? And we can't even argue about the greatness of what he's achieved. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. And look at what he's achieved. If he would have just started and only just talked about these things, we probably never will be able to enjoy what Disney has brought the world. Also, Calvin Coolidge, the 30th president. All growth depends upon activity. There is no development physically or intellectually without effort, and effort means work. Coming back to that, all work. Again, all growth depends on activity. There is no development physically or intellectually without effort, and effort means work. That's right. I'm going to hit the gym right after this. It was just so hot this weekend. I normally have to ride my bicycle with the weather and then hit the gym, hit the weights, and get back at it. But got to have some activity. I can't sit here and wish good health. I can't sit here and wish, my diabetic numbers to go down. I got to put in the work. And that's what I want to emphasize to people. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's why you want to align yourself with things that you're passionate about so you can enjoy the work. If you love gardening and you say, hey, man, I got to till this garden, I got to replant these flowers, that's not really work, but that's something you enjoy. That's why as adults you want to lean towards things that you're passionate about. Keep that in mind. Also, we go to Michael Larson. When I looked him up, he came up as a known mathematician. He says a diamond is a piece of coal that stuck to the job. What do you think about that? A diamond that we hold in such high regard, so expensive. Just recently, the second biggest carat diamond was found in Africa. I want to say it was some 3,000 carats or something like that. But think about it. A diamond is a piece of coal that stuck to the job. It started off as a piece of coal. Something you would kick down the street you wouldn't even want, Tino says, good morning, Lindsay. Work out. That's right. Got to go get it, man. Got to go get it. We are going to do it. Keep it right when the weather is manageable right now before it heats up so hot later on. Got to get it in. But speaking to that last statement, a diamond is a piece of coal that stuck to the job. Can you stick to the job? We jump so much, folks. I think we jump in many cases because we're looking for validation from outside sources. So we jump to something that can be seen as successful in a great amount of time. And we don't want to do anything where we got to kind of work to get there. But hey, all work, baby. It's all work. If you put that work in, you are going to get the outcome you deserve. You may not get it when you want it, but you're going to get it. Beverly Sills, she was an American soprano songstress. I'm sure had an operatic voice, probably as beautiful as my grandmother, the late Madeline Bryan. If you know her, you know she had a beautiful operatic voice. She said there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Wow. Let that sink in. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Where are you trying to go? Where are you trying to be? Is it somewhere of value? There's no shortcut to it. You got to go the long way. As the late great Nipsey Hussle said, you got to take the stairs. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going, whether it's my athletes, whether it's my academic students who want to do really well, want to do well academically, whether it's, individuals who are just trying to better themselves from where they've been. There's no shortcut, but it's okay. There's a nobility that comes with hard work. There's a level of respect, because when people see you working, whether you know it or not, and see you showing up every day, people take notice. People take notice to work ethic, whatever it may do, whether you're getting your hands dirty or you're lecturing or your voice is getting tired because you got to speak. But people take notice of those who are putting in that work, right? Got my cousin in the building, David, Eric Hires, no microwave blessings. Kevin Gates. What Kevin Gates said? No microwave blessings. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. Let them know you can't just put it in the microwave and pop up. But David, we just want to have it when we want to have it, man, because the double-edged sword of social media is that you see things and you don't know the storyline behind what went into it, or you don't even know if it's real. And nowadays, man, the Google Pixel phone, you can actually put people in a picture that wasn't there. So you think about how this imagery can really confuse us to thinking that somebody's making moves and it's really not the case. I appreciate that. Also, we got Vidal Sassoon, popular hairstylist. He was so popular, British hairstyler, that he had this one hairstyle that he made. But we also know his products, are sold around the world. And I know that, even though I don't have any hair. He says the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. We've probably seen that quote, but think about it. Man, the only way you're going to be successful before you put in work is in the dictionary. That's the only place. So if you live in a life to go with the dictionary, that's one thing, but that's not reality. You have to put in that work. All work is the name of today's topic. All work. Think about that mindset. What do you have to work for? Sometimes the work can help relieve you of the distractions because you're working so hard that you kind of look past the distractions because you got your head down putting in the work. Who we have here? We have Aristotle says, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit." It's not an act. Oh man, he's excellent. It's just a habit. You just keep doing it. What did Nick Saban say, former coach at Alabama? He said, "I want you to do it so much that you can't get it wrong." He don't care about you getting it right. He said, "You do it so much you can't get it wrong." And Nick Saban sent all these guys to the NFL. Is known for being very meticulous, but I think that's one thing we miss because we get so caught up in what can this device give us. That's a shortcut. What did David say? There are no microwave blessings, based on what Kevin Gates has quoted. But we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, it's a habit. And I think people make it look so easy, look so smooth with the social media and how they show up, but it's that repeatedly doing it, creating that muscle memory, creating those neurological pathways in your brain where you just do it automatically. It's called muscle memory. It just happens. You're so used to doing it. And what else we have, and I'll finish with this last quote by a name we all know and love, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He says, "Whatever your life's work is, do it well. A man," and I'll add, to be progressive, or a woman, should do his or her job so well that the living, the dead, and the unborn cannot do it better. Could do it no better. I repeat, whatever your life work is, do it well. A man should do his job so well that the living, the dead, and the unborn could do it no better. That's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who we all know and love. What else can I tell you, folks? You want to be able to take pride in what you do, and I think there may be a challenge as of late of not taking pride in our work because we all just want to display the finished product, the shiny new thing. I have a few more for you. I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. That's right. Just put the work in, put your head down, the opportunities present themselves. That was President Thomas Jefferson. Also, sometimes success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. See, that's the other part. We don't want to, feel bad after we didn't get what we wanted when we wanted it. That's Winston Churchill. And last, I put this up for everybody to see. No luck, all work. That's what we're talking about over here. No luck, all work. So as you start your week off, be positive. Nothing wrong with hard work, rolling your sleeves up, putting in some extra time to achieve what you want and just make it a lifestyle. So I'm not going to keep you guys. I'm going to get out here and get some work in myself. Looking forward to a really good day, some great things happening. And I'm just excited and about starting a new step, going into this fall season pretty soon. And I just appreciate all you guys' support. I want to wish you all well. With that being said, this is Lindsey Hustle with SPS. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great year. Have a great life. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for the love and support. Peace.